Hi kickboxers, Steven here from My Fitness Kickboxing in Balcata, back with another short educational video for you guys that are just starting out with our kickboxing classes, or for you legends that's been with us for a while that just want to fine-tune your boxing technique. This is purely going to be on how to improve throwing hands. The basic stuff that you will get through in our classes as well. So just wanted to give you guys a couple of pointers that you can practice not even only at the class, but just also at home shadow boxing. I really recommend you doing more of that, just so you get more familiar with your fighting stance, throwing a couple of punches. Could be like when you're waiting around for the microwave to heat up your food, or if you're just standing there and killing time, do a bit of shadow boxing just to improve your technique as well. So that's one of the major tips, shadow boxing outside of the gym. Of course, come down and do as many classes as possible. A couple of tips here. If you're usually right hand dominant, try to have your right foot as the rear foot. If you're left hand dominant, try to have your left foot as the rear foot. So this is called southpaw. A famous fighter who's a southpaw fighter for MMA is Conor McGregor. So most of the people know him. And then you've got the unorthodox stance, which is my preferred stance because right hand is my power hand as well. So nothing is set in stone. You can try and play around with whatever works best for you. It's always good to switch stances too, so you get familiar with throwing kicks and punches on both sides. When you box, always go up to the chin. So let's say if I'm throwing a jab from my lead leg, so your jab's always from the lead leg, boom, then I keep my right hand into the chin. Okay, and when you punch, when you connect on these freestanding backs, or heavy back for that case, the first two knuckles on your hand, those are the ones that you want to connect with. So when you punch, also try just to do a little slight turn, so your pinky goes from the chin, goes upwards. So just a little bit more of a twist, that gives you a little bit of advantage when it comes to power to throw your punches. A lot more powerful instead of just, you know, extending your arms. So the first thing we're going to be doing is just your jab. So we want to keep the hands up, and again, this is just a quick punch, snappy punch. You can try and step with your lead leg with your jab, and just keep that right hand up. I'm just going to throw out a couple. So this is your jab. Where do you want to punch on the back? You want to punch head high, okay? So not punching upwards, not punching downwards, but then straight onto head height on the back. So that's your jab. So just again, that quick snappy punch. Your cross is, you want to think of this as, I don't know if you guys can see my feet here, but you want to think of this as coming from the ground up. So this, the power from the cross travels throughout your whole body. So it starts with your feet. You pivot on that back foot, boom, you throw your hip forward, and then you're extending that straight arm, and of course keeping that left hand into the chin. So let me try and throw out a few crosses. With your hook, the way I like to teach it is to keep your elbow same height as your shoulder. So nice and high up. I see this too often, dropping down, dropping down. So you always want to be protected by that shoulder right here, and then the opposite hand up. So throwing it out, and that way you don't need a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of power. You just rotate it out. A good tip is to make an L with your elbow, and then think about having that same angle in your elbow, so you're not extending your biceps, and that can also be a bit hard on the joints too. So L with your elbow, dip down a little bit on the side you're going to be landing that hook on. So if it's your lead side, I'm going to be dipping down to that left side. If it's your rear hook, your power hand, left hand goes into the chin, slight dip into the right side, and then keep that hand up. Your uppercuts here, Same thing now, we've got just one, there's two different options here. So we usually go with uppercuts to the body on the freestanding back here. You always want to keep that hand up, the palm facing upwards, and then again sort of shoveling punch. So the power sits in your hips, your hooks, your cross, your uppercuts, all that power here comes from the hip. So here, keep the right hand up, uppercut, here, keep the left hand up, uppercut, and if you want to go to the head, you can go up here, boom, just start connecting on the back, boom, boom, or slight connect to the back, boom, boom. But I prefer this, going straight up, because that simulates going into the chin. That's pretty much it for the punches. We do have spinning back fists in our classes as well. Sometimes you see this towards the last couple of rounds, 5 or 6. So with the spinning back fist, I usually teach it so you guys take your rear foot and then you step across next to the back. And then just starting with your lead hand. So I get my left here. So I keep this one up, I step through, I turn, again, the power is from the feet and the hips, shoulder height connecting, and again it's a back fist. So you want to hit with the knuckles here, the back side of your hand, boom, boom, and then step back. So you first do your step, rotate your hips, your shoulders, knees and hips should always go the same path. Boom, and then back. So again, step, back, step, and back into your stance. There you have it, guys. So use those technique, those couple of pointers, think about them. Next time you do shadow boxing, do more shadow boxing. And just remember, a good tip is just to relax. Sometimes, I remember when I first started, it was tensing up a lot, using a lot of unnecessary energy on that. So sometimes just relax your shoulders and then just focus on your breathing, more nasal breathing, and just exhale on the kicks and exhale on your big power punches. That's it. Come down and join the class and we'll see you guys soon.